Have you ever found yourself suddenly alert in the darkest hours of the night, staring at the shadows on your ceiling and wondering why rest eludes you? For many women, especially those in their middle years, these nocturnal disruptions aren't just random annoyances. They're meaningful signals from your body about your well-being, emotional state, and physical health. In this guide, I'll share powerful strategies to help you understand these midnight awakenings and transform restless nights into periods of calm and clarity. These approaches are grounded in research and can help you achieve more restful sleep, increase your energy levels, and improve your emotional well-being. Don't fight it. The counterproductive battle against wakefulness. Picture this scenario. You jolt awake when the world is silent and still. The glowing digits of your clock remind you it's the middle of the night, and immediately that familiar feeling of dread washes over you. Not again, you think, as your heart begins to race. The internal monologue begins. If I fall asleep right, now I can still get a few hours. No, it's probably too late. Why can't I just sleep like a normal person? Does this sound familiar? The frustration, the desperation, these are common experiences. But here's the crucial insight. The moment you begin to panic about your lack of sleep, you're actually making the situation worse. Forcing yourself to sleep is like trying to control something fundamentally uncontrollable. When you lie there with tensed muscles, mentally begging your body to drift off, you're not helping yourself relax. You're triggering your stress response. This floods your system with cortisol, the very hormone that keeps you awake and alert. The irony is striking. The harder you fight for sleep, the more it eludes you. Instead of struggling, try this approach. Change your position gently. Sit up, slowly without jolting yourself fully awake. This simple shift signals to your brain that you're not helpless. You're simply changing tactics. Take several deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold briefly, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this pattern several times. This breathing technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, essentially flipping the switch from stress to calm. Ask yourself why you're awake. Is your pillow uncomfortable? Has your blanket become tangled around your legs? Is the room too warm or too cold? These minor discomforts can disrupt your sleep without you fully registering them. Address these physical issues. Fluff your pillow, untangle your bedding, adjust the temperature to the ideal range for sleep. Sometimes, even a small sip of water can make a difference, as dehydration often wakes us during the night. The key is to avoid lying there in defeat. Take control of your environment, calm your mind, and give your body the opportunity to rest naturally. Mindful hydration. A subtle art. Hydration is more than a basic physical need. It's a powerful form of self-care that many of us perform automatically without much thought. But when it comes to middle-of-the-night wakefulness, how you hydrate can make all the difference. You might recognize the signs: waking up with a mouth that feels dry and uncomfortable, experiencing restless or twitching legs that refuse to settle, or feeling unusually warm despite a cool room. These sensations are often your body's quiet alarm signaling dehydration. As you sleep, your body continues to lose water, and by the time you wake in those early hours, you may be experiencing the effects of this depletion. However, addressing nighttime dehydration requires a thoughtful approach. It's not as simple as gulping down any available liquid. Many people make the mistake of reaching for ice-cold water when they wake feeling parched. While this might seem refreshing, shocking your system with cold liquid is counterproductive when your goal is returning to sleep. Cold water triggers your body to become more alert, the opposite of what you need in the middle of the night. Instead, opt for room temperature, or slightly warm water, which your body accepts more readily without sending alerting signals to your system. This gentler approach feels soothing rather than jarring, like internal nourishment rather than a shock. Keep a small glass or bottle on your nightstand. Nothing elaborate, just enough to provide gentle hydration when needed. For even more effective rehydration, consider these enhancements. Add a tiny amount of high-quality sea salt to your water. Not the refined table salt from your kitchen, but mineral-rich varieties that can help restore electrolytes your body loses during sleep. Just a few grains is sufficient. You're aiming to gently replenish minerals, not overwhelm your system. Alternatively, a small squeeze of fresh citrus can add potassium, another vital mineral your body needs for muscle function and nervous system regulation. Sip this enhanced water slowly and mindfully, allowing your body time to absorb the hydration and nutrients. You'll likely notice the discomfort and restlessness beginning to fade as your body regains its balance. This mindful approach to hydration isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about restoring your body's natural equilibrium and supporting its return to peaceful sleep. Listen to your emotions. The midnight messengers. Imagine waking suddenly in the darkest part of night. The house is silent, but something feels heavy and unsettled within you. It's not physical discomfort, there's no pain or obvious distress. Yet something feels distinctly wrong, like a weight pressing on your chest or a vague ache you can't quite name. Perhaps your mind is already active, replaying yesterday's difficult conversation with a colleague or anticipating tomorrow's challenging meeting. This emotional restlessness that disrupts your sleep is far more common than many realize. These midnight awakenings may serve as emotional messengers, bringing to light feelings you've been too busy to acknowledge during waking hours. In holistic medicine traditions, emotional states are intimately connected with physical well-being. When you awaken feeling unsettled during those quiet hours, your body might be highlighting unresolved emotions that need your attention. It could be lingering sadness from a loss you've never fully processed, tension from ongoing work stress, or anxiety about a relationship that's been troubling you. During busy daylight hours, these emotions often get pushed aside as you focus on tasks and responsibilities. But in the stillness of night, when external distractions fade away, these feelings rise to the surface, demanding acknowledgement. Research confirms that emotional overload significantly impacts sleep quality. When stress hormones remain elevated, they keep your body in a state of heightened alertness even when you should be resting. And interestingly, these stress responses often peak during early morning hours when your brain is processing emotional information from the previous day. Have you noticed how problems always seem more overwhelming at 3 or 4 in the morning? This isn't your imagination. It's your mind amplifying concerns in the absence of daytime distractions. When these emotional waves wake you, avoid lying there letting worry and anxiety spiral. Instead, sit up slowly, supporting yourself with pillows, and take a moment to breathe deeply. Then check in with yourself by asking, what's on my mind right now? What am I carrying that won't let me rest? This isn't about finding immediate solutions. It's about acknowledging what's stirring within you and giving yourself permission to feel it. If possible, keep a journal and pen by your bed. Write down whatever comes to mind without worrying about clarity or coherence. Whether it's, I'm worried about my relationship with Sarah, or I miss how things used to be before the move, or even just fragmented thoughts and feelings, putting them on paper helps release them from the continuous loop in your mind. The act of naming and externally acknowledging these feelings diminishes their power over you. By giving them form outside yourself, you begin the process of understanding and eventually resolving them. This practice of emotional awareness doesn't require having all the answers or creating perfect solutions. Sometimes, simply recognizing what you're feeling is enough to ease the burden and allow you to return to sleep. Gentle movement, resetting your body's rhythms. There you are again, eyes wide open in the darkness, tossing and turning as your bedding becomes increasingly tangled. Each movement brings no relief, only mounting frustration. Why can't your body cooperate with your desperate desire for sleep? The more you try to remain perfectly still, willing yourself back to slumber, the more your body seems to resist. Your neck stiffens, your legs develop that maddening urge to move, and your frustration grows with each passing minute. Here's a liberating truth. Sometimes staying still is exactly what you shouldn't do. Remaining fixed in position when your body is signaling discomfort only intensifies the problem. Your body isn't asking for intense activity, but it is requesting movement, a gentle, soothing reset to release built-up tension. Begin by giving yourself permission to move, rather than fighting against your body's signals. Sit up slowly. No dramatic movements, just a gentle shift in position. Support yourself against the headboard or perhaps swing your legs over the edge of the bed if that feels better. Start with your neck, which likely holds tension from hours in one position. Gently lower your chin toward your chest, feeling the stretch along your spine. Then slowly tilt your head to one side, bringing your ear toward your shoulder. Breathe deeply as you hold this position briefly, then roll to the other side. With each movement, notice how the tightness begins to dissolve. Next, address your shoulders, which often creep up toward your ears, carrying the weight of daily stress. Take a deep breath as you lift your shoulders high, then release them slowly with your exhale. Repeat this several times, pairing movement with breath. Each release tells your body it's safe to let go of tension. To improve circulation, try a gentle forward bend if you're sitting on the edge of the bed. Simply hinge at your hips, allowing your hands to rest on your knees or hang toward the floor. This position encourages blood flow to your lower back, easing the stiffness that comes from lying flat for hours. For restless legs, that maddening twitchy feeling that keeps you awake, try gently shaking each leg for a few moments. It might feel silly, but this movement helps dissipate the nervous energy that's built up in your muscles. If your hands or feet feel cold, warm them by rubbing your hands together briskly until they generate heat, then cup them over your feet. Research shows that warm extremities signal your body that it's safe to sleep, as your core temperature naturally drops during rest. These simple movements may seem insignificant, but they send powerful signals to your nervous system that it's okay to relax. They're gentle reminders to your body that it deserves to release tension and return to restful sleep. The power of sound, calming your active mind. There you are, staring at the ceiling as your thoughts race uncontrollably. Did I respond properly to that email? What if I'm not prepared for tomorrow's presentation? Why did I say that embarrassing thing at the dinner party last month? You tell yourself to relax, but commanding your mind to be quiet only seems to amplify the noise. You're fully awake now, trapped in a cycle of overthinking with peaceful sleep feeling increasingly distant. When your thoughts spin into overdrive like this, trying to force mental stillness is as effective as trying to calm a stormy sea by asking the waves to stop. It's an exercise in futility that only increases your frustration. Instead of wrestling with your runaway thoughts, try tapping into the soothing power of sound. The right auditory input can gently guide your busy mind back to a state of calm without requiring willpower or mental discipline. Resist the temptation to reach for your phone and scroll through social media. The blue light and stimulation will only drive sleep further away. Instead, consider these sound-based approaches to relaxation. Explore nature-inspired sounds that mimic the gentle patterns found in the natural world. While standard white noise has its benefits, many people find that softer, more rhythmic sounds work better for sleep. Think of the gentle patter of rainfall, the soft rustling of leaves in a breeze, or the steady hypnotic sounds of ocean waves. These natural soundscapes work with your brain's natural rhythms, helping to slow your thought patterns and ease you toward deeper sleep states. Research suggests that these sounds can synchronize with your brainwaves, guiding them into the slower frequencies associated with restorative sleep. Some studies even indicate improved memory consolidation during sleep with these background sounds. If you prefer something more structured, consider a brief sleep meditation. These guided sessions, typically lasting just 5 to 10 minutes, feature a calm voice leading you through progressive relaxation techniques. You'll focus on your breath, then systematically relax each part of your body from your toes upward. The effectiveness of these meditations lies in their simplicity. They give your busy mind a straightforward, somewhat monotonous task to focus on, interrupting the cycle of worry and planning that keeps you awake. The guiding voice becomes an anchor, drawing you away from mental chatter and back to physical awareness. You don't need specialized equipment for either approach. Many free resources exist online. Just ensure you select options without jarring interruptions or advertisements that might startle you awake. Test a few different sounds or meditations during daylight hours to find what resonates with you. Then keep them easily accessible for those midnight moments when your mind needs calming. Keep the volume soft, just audible enough to focus on, but not so loud that it becomes another distraction. The goal is to provide a gentle soundtrack that allows your thoughts to quiet naturally, leading you back to the peaceful sleep you deserve. Closing thoughts: these strategies, accepting wakefulness rather than fighting it, hydrating mindfully, acknowledging emotions, moving gently, and using sound to quiet your mind, offer multiple pathways back to restful sleep. When those midnight awakenings occur, remember that they often carry messages about your physical and emotional needs. Rather than viewing these wakeful periods as problems to overcome, consider them opportunities to check in with yourself, make small adjustments to your comfort, and practice the self-care that busy daytime hours often don't allow. With practice, you may find that these brief awakenings become less disruptive and sometimes even welcome moments of quiet reflection in an otherwise hectic life. What strategy resonates most with you? Perhaps it's the simple act of acknowledging emotions rather than suppressing them, or maybe the gentle movement techniques that help release physical tension. Whatever approach speaks to you, I encourage you to incorporate it into your midnight routine. Remember that restful sleep isn't just about remaining unconscious for a certain number of hours. It's about creating harmony between your body, mind, and environment. These mindful practices help restore that balance when it's disrupted, guiding you back to the restorative rest you deserve.